What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to KangBrosTV. Liverpool 2, Tottenham 1. That is a big 3 points, yeah? I don't care what anyone says, but I thought Liverpool were tremendous. Even when just literally the game started, I was like, yes, Liverpool are popping it, we're going to be on this. And until Henderson did his madness in the middle of the park for no reason, taking a touch too many, which I didn't get. We'll get onto that. But I think Liverpool's performance, even though we're 1-0 down at one stage, I thought, you know what? We're going to win this. We're going to win this, and we'll come back into it. We're definitely going to score. And first half was great. I think second half was still good. We cut out a lot of chances. I was impressed. I was really impressed. And bar a couple of performances, just singling out a couple of people. But I thought as a team, Liverpool were very good at their best.
Yeah, we were saying that after the result last week, and obviously the good result we had in the week, this was a massive game because obviously, you know, there's two tough games we've had on the bounce. Then Man City ain't far away, and to go into that game, if it was down to 3 points, for example, going into that game, then you're thinking, something's going to happen all over again. But to have that little cushion's nice. I thought, like you said, the performance today was just breathtaking. It was so good to watch. We beat them up for 90 minutes. I think.
And that's not us being arrogant.
No,
like people who watch KangBrosTV know that we're the realists. Like you come here, we ain't gonna just say stuff just to get likes or get views. We actually say it how it is. I'm not trying to be arrogant. Like we're very critical of Liverpool, but I just think the performance today was spot on.
It was brilliant. And the thing is, they scored within a minute or something like that, right? Liverpool had a chance within 10 seconds. You know, when Sadio Mane was almost slipped through. Yeah. So that's how quick the game started. And obviously, it takes two to tango. And listen, I think Spurs, they tried. They actually did try. But it was relentless. It was relentless from Liverpool. Like, you know, it just kept coming. So yeah, from a Liverpool fan perspective, that's the performance that we wanted to see. And the result, funnily enough, we did our own predictions before the game. He said 3-1, I said 2-1, and I said Spurs will score first.
Yeah, you did.
And because I just felt that, I don't know, I just felt they were going to score. And at the moment, Liverpool at the back don't fill me with, you know, all that confidence. But I didn't think it was going to be as soon as they did, but it was a bit of a blessing in disguise. Because if it happened a bit later on and the way that they played, I just felt if they'd scored later on in the game, it might have been hard to bring it back.
Even before the game started, right, I looked at the lineups and I saw Tottenham's lineup. I was like, hey, Poch is not messing about today. Suddenly, Eriksen's back in. Dele Ali's playing. You got Son. You got Kane. I'm thinking, hey, they're gonna bring. They're looking to do damage. And then first of all, that's when I looked the view on Tottenham's team. And then when I saw Liverpool's team,
let me ask you a quick question.
Go on.
When you look at Spurs' team, and this is from my personal perspective, I'd love to hear the thoughts of Liverpool fans as well and Spurs fans who will watch. But when Liverpool play against Tottenham and I don't see Vertonghen playing, it fills me with confidence. Because I think he's the one he's the leader in that defence. Alderweireld's a good player, but I don't think he's a leader. I don't see him being the one to. When Vertonghen's playing, I'm thinking they're all on it. They're all on job because he will say, "Listen, yo, it's a fucking about." So I think when he's not playing, I do feel like we'll get chances.
Yeah, no, I'll back that as well. But then going to Liverpool's, I saw it and I saw straight away. I was like, what does Ox have to do to get into the team? Like he scored 2 goals in the week, and I was thinking, what does he need to do to get to his team? And I think everyone, the whole fan base, were literally like, Ox, you know, has done great and he deserves to play. We want a bit of creativity in there. The only thing I would say is I kind of get why Henderson did start, is because he wanted obviously just that intensity, that energy, and didn't want to get run over in the middle of the park. Because the likes of Dele Ali, Sissoko, and them, if they want to get nasty, they want to make it tough, they can do. So that's the only thing I could maybe think why he started with Henderson. But for me, I'm a bit like, what does the guy need to do to start? So I was a bit like, when I saw this lineup, wasn't too pleased.
I don't know. I slightly disagree.
Yeah. In
the sense that I think there's continuity. Listen, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I've made it pretty clear my feelings on Jordan Henderson. I think if there's room to improve that side, it's probably there. That's the way I see it. I'm not slating him. I won't be booing him if I was there. You know, but for me, I just think Oxlade-Chamberlain has had one good game, yeah, and even then he wasn't. It's not like he was flames for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
He obviously impacted that game and he looked good, yeah. But I think that there's also an aspect of this guy's been doing it for, you know, he's been in the side. He knows how we do. He knows how to deal with this game. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's got a lot of emotion involved with Tottenham being Arsenal connections. I think there's a lot that goes into it, but also, you know, you've got to kind of sort of say, listen, you still got work for your place. You've been out for a long time. You've played a lot of minutes in the week. So there is a lot of things that go into it. So I can see why he's gone for it. Personally, I would rather have seen Milner in there. just because I think he gives you that little bit of more control. I've said it before, but, listen, that's just a matter of opinion. Jordan Henderson, for me, I think his that place now should be up for grabs.
As we're on the topic of Jordan Henderson, I'm not going to go into too much detail because the fact that he scored a goal, he redeemed his mistake. For me, I'll back that. If someone's made a mistake, and he was actually quite honest towards the end of it and said, listen, when the first goal went in, the first thing I was thinking that I messed up, that was my mistake. Up until that goal, he was having a dreadful game. That's my opinion. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to go ham on him on this one because he redeemed himself. He got the goal. Rare. I'm going to leave it at that with Hendo. Unless you want to add on something, especially that I'm going to leave it there for this week because...
Well, I just think that it kind of, I think it had a knock-on effect on his performance. That what happened because he was trying so hard to do things. I think he messed up. I think there was two faults for him on that and the goal because I think he gave the ball away initially when there was no need to be trying to dribble out in that situation in such a compact midfield. And the other thing is once he lost the ball and he actually managed to get back in, people are criticising Trent, saying Trent should have shown him down line, but I kind of think that you want to crowd him out. So you want to throw him into a crowded area, and I think it was too easy. Once into that position there, he should not have been... Henderson was too easy to beat in that situation. That's what I would say. He did score, and you can see how much it means to him. And listen, you can never knock the guy, passion and, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's fair to say, look, leave it at that. But listen, all I can say is, if there's a place up for grabs, that's where it's at.
The reason why I'm smiling was there was a KangBrosTV viewer who said if you watch it in slow motion when Henderson scores, he's actually saying "fuck you, KangBrosTV." So I don't know. Maybe that goes for us, but yeah, I mean, like you said, he redeemed himself.
Listen, I don't care if it means that's what fires him up to score. Yeah. You cuss us all you want, brother. Just keep scoring.
Yeah, 100%. I think Liverpool, we've already discussed, waves upon wave. They played really well. The chemistry was there. Alisson, I have to give a shout out.
Oh my days!
We said this loads of times. Is that every time you sense a bit of danger, he just literally takes the ball, smooth as you like, and literally says, calm down. I've got this. Every time, like there was a chance that Son had, I think it was. You think, he's going to strike it. Son can strike a ball as well. Collects it beautifully. There was a couple of times, there was a header in there. I think it was Harry Kane header.
And the Alderweireld at the end as well.
Oh, yeah, at the end. I don't know who did the header, but yeah, it was a nice, clean...
And the joke is, he had no right, even the goal they scored, he had no right to get as close as he did to that, by the way. So that's why fair play for the header. It was a good header.
Good header from Kane.
But he had no right to get as close as he did. He is unbelievable. As a goalkeeper, that feeling of that reassurance you get when he's in goal. The way he collected that ball, that shot, it was bounced before him. It was a lot of pace. My man just swallowed it up. So just chill. Everyone needs to just chill, mate.
Bro, I get more reassurance from him than doing my dad, bro. I swear down. You look at him, you just think, you know what? Yeah, I'm safe, bro. That's what I feel, bro. Seriously, I swear down. He adds that, yeah. I think another unsung hero, yeah, is Fabinho. We've both mentioned this. Like everyone's talking about the likes of Mane, Trent doing their thing. Obviously Firmino, and I was thinking, this guy, he's literally clattering man's inside in the middle, and he's doing all these little cute things, like going in and out two players and laying it off. I just thought he had a great game in there in the middle of the park.
He's
brilliant.
You could
easily lose the game.
He's
there.
Brilliant, and I mentioned this a few weeks, quite a while ago, in one of our older videos. I sat with one of my friends who's a United fan, and I see him quite a lot. He said to me all the time, he goes, "I'm telling you lot," he goes, "you lot don't know how lucky you are to have that guy." He goes, "He's too much." He goes, "He is just too much." And to be fair, we're seeing it. Listen, like a lot of Liverpool fans, when he first walked through the door, I was like, but he's found his feet, and that's what I'm hoping Naby will get to. But listen, in games like today, there was like man's like Sissoko trying to rough man's up. He was there. Winks was trying to get about him because I realised he left a few on him. But even still, he's moving the ball, and then Winks is getting there and then wiping him out. He just gets up and says, "Yeah, don't worry, I see you. I'll get you in a bit." So yeah, man, he's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, no, I totally back in that. I think that those players there stood out for me. Touching on that, I think we talked about Tottenham's lineup, right? Now we need to discuss this because this was touched on by the pundits as well, and they spent a lot of time on it. To be fair, is Eriksen and Dele Ali. Now, when I saw Eriksen in the lineup, I was like, any set piece, or he's gonna be unlocking Liverpool. So on the counter attack, Liverpool got to be careful. He was way off it. Now, there was a question mark about can he go into any team right now, like the likes of Real Madrid, PSG, Barca, and change their teams, right? But based on that performance, not even. But I do agree as well, is that I think he's basically throwing his toys at the pram here. He does not give a shit. He does not give a shit. He was there in the game. He's like, all right, you pick me, I'll play. But I don't know, man. That was not Eriksen.
Listen, granted, that wasn't an Eriksen type performance, but equally, you're asking him to go up and mark Robertson. What is that? The thing is, so I was actually, again, I've been messaging a friend of mine who's a Spurs fan. He follows the channel, and we were talking about what happens next at Spurs, because something wasn't right. Something's not right, yeah? Now, I think it's one of the situations where you sit down with Poch and you say to him, listen, we're at a situation where we're going to lose 2 or 3 players due to contracts, yeah? So Vertonghen's probably going to be gone. Eriksen looks like he's going to be gone, and I think there's one other that's running down their contracts, but I'm not sure. I'm not Spurs through and through. So there's a couple of Danny Rose. There's another one. I think they're talking about contract issues and stuff. You either get to a situation where you say this group of players has come to, and this thing has come to an end, yeah. Because sometimes it's a case of they need new voices. They need a fresh challenge or whatever. But they've been there for 5 years or whatever, and they've done some really impressive things from a Spurs perspective. In comparison to what they've done in the past. Or you turn around and say to Poch, listen, Poch, are you on it to bring these next mans through? Winks, you got build around Winks, Gazaniga. I thought he was very good. Sanchez, Foyth, all these types of players. These are more as this we're going to build on. Are you on it? Is this project for you? Or you just turn around and shake hands and say, listen, this isn't for you. You've done amazing for where we've got to. You need a new challenge. The club's going to go in a slightly different direction, and we're going to build around what we have and look to build up. Right? That's the crossroads I think Spurs are at. But today, Christian Eriksen doesn't want to be there. Right? Clear. You've got to cut your losses and say, listen, you don't want to be here.
He was awful.
He was awful. Yeah, he was awful. But Dele Ali as well. We had a conversation about Dele Ali. I've said it for a number of times. I said he'll just be a flashing, just a flashing issue. He'll come and go.
The reason I rate you for that is because that prediction was made when he was actually doing okay.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, you know what? I was so gutted that Liverpool didn't get him, because that time about MK Dons and Liverpool had a chance and him being on trial or coming there doing whatever it was, right? I was actually gutted we didn't get him. And he said at that time, he's like, you know what? He's going to come and go. And this is not a surprise. So for me, what I'm saying is, Eriksen for me was more of a surprise than Dele Ali not performing today, because Dele Ali's been off it for quite a bit. Yeah, I'm not saying that's an excuse.
But if you ask Spurs fans, they'll say the same thing about Eriksen. That's why he ain't even getting played, because he's been off it. But the thing is, for Spurs, it's such a tricky situation, and I'd love to hear what people's thoughts are, because they're on the cusp. Man United are miles off it. Yeah, they're rebuilding. Arsenal, fucking hell, I don't know what's going on at Arsenal. Chelsea, they're doing well, but let's not make no bones about it. They're not where they need to be. Right?
I think the Chelsea doing all right. I don't think they shouldn't be in this discussion.
No, but what I'm saying is, Man City and Liverpool at the moment, and then you've got space, and then you've got your Chelsea's and Leicester, and then you've got that's how it is at the moment. But Chelsea would want to be in that. Of course,
but I reckon they're on the right track.
They're on the right track, but they would want to be up here, right? So at the moment, what I'd say is with Spurs, it's tricky, because you either go that situation and say, right, pay the wages, keep the mateys, right? Which I don't think is the right thing to do. Let them go. If they don't want to be there, let them go, right? They are on the cusp of going to that next level where these 3 teams who normally are up there are down here, yeah? So Spurs can just say, right, okay, we're going to go get an example similar to VVD, Alisson and Fabinho, right? And then make ourselves really up there, because that's what it takes. That's what it's going to take. Because it's not that they've got a poor squad. They've got a good team. It's just a case of saying, right, what do we need to add to get to this next level? And that's where I think at the moment they've got to make a decision and say, right, where do we go next?
The other thing I wanted to mention, I don't want to put it down on anything, was just quickly is Lovren.
Mate, so we haven't discussed this. So just so everyone knows, we haven't actually discussed, because we save it because we want to discuss it here, yeah? Oh, my God.
So we saw what we did in midweek, yeah? We saw what he did there. And here, he was literally getting bullied by Kane.
Kane was pissing about with him.
Yeah, there's no bones about it. Kane was bullying him. And then, the thing is I want to say is that the people blaming him for the goal.
Nah.
I'm not having that. Nah. That's just nonsense. I'm not having that. But some of his decision making, the one that the Son's chance, it's just straight from the keeper, bro. And suddenly the Son's got a chance. Matip has made that position his own now, and I don't want to hear it. And Gomez came on afterwards, but I don't know, man. Lovren, I was worried straight away. When I saw Lovren starting, I was worried.
We sat here watching the game.
Let's not gun too much.
No, of course. But I sat watching that game earlier, the Wolves game, right? Wolves versus Newcastle, and I thought to myself, Connor Cody. I thought, no, just let me finish. I'm looking at Lovren, I'm thinking, Connor Cody's a Liverpool lad, Scouse lad, right? Who would I feel more comfortable with in my team? Connor Cody or Lovren, right? I'd be more comfortable with Connor Cody.
It's a statement, bro.
No, of course, no, but I'm being honest with you. I'm honest. He's playing in a team where they pop it. They play football. He's captain of Wolves. They're in the Europa League. He's getting experience. He's gone and learnt his trade elsewhere. Yeah. So and he's a Liverpool fan. So it means something to him. He's a Scouser, right? Got released. I'd be much more comfortable if you said to me, my tip's number one, right? Gomez can come in, and Cody can play, right? Because I'm thinking to myself, this Lovren guy doesn't fill me with any confidence. Does not fill me with any confidence. He looks like he's losing agility. Right, he's a lot more rigid. And I just think he makes bad decisions. Just as a defender, it's hard because they've won, and the 2 games that he's played in that they've won. So his argument will be, well, I don't know what you're moaning for. We won, yeah. But for me, listen, that guy. Thank you for his services. You've got a Champions League medal. Safe.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Because the timing's gone, the video's gone quite long. Quickly, we'll touch on Trent. Now, we've always touched on it before. Trent, going forward, amazing. Yeah, amazing.
Frightening.
So that ping he does from across the field, like just Gerrard-esque. Like, I don't know who was it? Carragher saying Kevin De Bruyne at right back. That's going a bit too much. But he's doing that for days, comfortably as well. Zinging it over to Robertson. But going backwards, defensively, he needs to work on that. But when the pundits talked about it, it reminded me of his age. I keep forgetting this. 21 years old. 21. And we're asking him to do all these things, and we trust him in everything that he does. And he's 21 years old. Do you know what I mean? We trust him like he's a senior. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like that brought me back down to earth.
There's 2 ways of looking at it. The one is that, okay, he can improve on the defending side of things, yeah, because he's naturally a forward. He's a winger. Well, the other side of it is, we talk about lacking creativity in midfield. We talk about how good he is on the ball. We talk about his engine. So what do you reckon? Maybe put him into the midfield 3?
Yeah, they did that thing towards the end of the game. I think you saw Gomez covering, and you had Trent pushing a bit further up. I'll actually prefer him in that position
because it's less responsibility. Gomez needs to find himself a little bit. He looks a bit, but then again, it's game time. But when Klein's fit, we're big fans of Klein. Yeah.
Come on now.
Well, I'm saying
we used to be.
Listen, I'm saying if Klein's fit and there's an opportunity to put Trent in the middle of the park, I'll be comfortable with Klein at right back and him playing in that central position, because he's shown that his range of passing and his dead balls and his vision and his engine, he can do the role. So it's an option. I won't be so against it because I don't feel comfortable with him defending. That's what I'm saying, and I want him to play.
Yeah, but he can learn his trade. That's what I'm saying. He needs to. That's the thing he needs to work on as a player. Man of the match.
I've got no problems with it being Sadio. I thought Mane was just a pest all game.
That penalty he got.
The penalty he got.
He's out here gassing Aurier.
Remember that's what I said during watching the game? I was like, oh wow, he's actually burning Aurier. He actually burned him.
Aurier, but still, he was actually burning him, bro. And it was very clever the way he won that penalty. He knew exactly.
Definitely, it's a penalty.
Yeah,
it's a penalty.
I knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
I would give it to Fabinho. I said he unsung hero for me. He was bossing them there, so I'll give it to him. And just quickly, there's one follower of KangBrosTV. He knows who he is. He says that he watches every single KangBrosTV video up to the very end of every single minute. So Pete, Everton are fucking shite, mate. I don't know what they're doing, but Everton need help. The manager's going to get sacked soon, very soon.
Next week. because Spurs are going to go there and slap them. That's going to be a problem.
Now, both of the teams need those 3 points. That's going to be interesting.
What I'm saying is someone's getting slapped next week. Because they're both of them, they're both on the same hype at the moment, but I think Spurs are better than them, and I think Spurs will slap them.
Everton, mate. Let's fucking have it. Because, boy, they need help. Anyway, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and definitely comment. Until the Carabao Cup one, peace.